Stars now want to play on a super team, Doris, even if it means making personal sacrifices.
No doubt. And sometimes a player makes decisions. It doesn't have everything to do with money, and it doesn't have everything to do with touches. Sometimes when you get to a particular state in your career, it's about winning ultimately. And what does it take for me to get a ring? And those are the drivers of a lot of players' decision making.
And so off the tip, it's Oklahoma City. Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. They've got Nowitzki, also Dwight Powell out there, and it's Finney Smith in at the 3, the small forward. George passes to Adams. And the layup's good off the glass. Adams has got the game going with his first points of the game for the Thunder.
This guy is used to drawing contact. Adams outworks and out-hustles anyone in his way.
No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And so Westbrook will bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's his first foul.
Yeah, quick foul to pick up right away here in the first quarter.
And so here is Oklahoma City. George finds Westbrook. The shot's good on the assist by George.
This guy's so skilled at navigating to the interior, and when Russell Westbrook is that close, he's going to score.
And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Here's Brunson trying to get open as Nowitzki. Brunson, no good.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Tries from 16 and off the front iron, and in it goes.
There's a rhythm with which Paul George plays the game of basketball. That pace is so important.
Brunson the pass to Powell. Out to the wing. Here's Brunson. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Heat in Miami. 5 on the clock. From deep. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Their last meeting was in this building where they were able to come out on top.
Yeah, and they won that matchup last time, and it wasn't even close, guys.
Yeah, I thought that had to do with getting the starters in foul trouble and then taking advantage of the substitutes, and that led to a huge disparity on the scoreboard.
Nowitzki for 3. The rebound by Grant. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 4 of 4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Ferguson kicks to George. Corner shot. That one, no good. And the Mavericks going the other way now. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
And offensively, that night, it seemed like anytime they took 1 step forward, they'd end up taking 2 steps back.
It didn't seem, Greg, like they ever got any rhythm on the offensive end. They were in a hurry to get their shots off. Really difficult to win that way.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over.
Grant the pass to Ferguson. In the corner, it's Westbrook. A three-pointer is right on target. Westbrook's got 5.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Doncic passes to Brunson, and the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's his first foul. Doncic kicks to Finney Smith. Some nice passing here by Dallas. And here is Doncic. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Heat in Miami.
Yeah, I was also struck by how well he shared the basketball. He created a lot of easy buckets with that passing ability.
Left side, George, 13 feet away. The Mavericks pull it in.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
I don't think any of us can forget that broken leg Paul George suffered playing for the United States national team in 2014. But what a joy, guys, to see him back and playing at an elite level.
Here's Powell, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And Doris, you go back to the injury for Paul George. Some moments where you question whether he'd be the same player. Do you think, in your opinion, that factored into his decision to leave Indiana in search of a more competitive situation?
You know what, Kevin, I'm not sure if the injury played a part, but we know unequivocally because Paul George stated it. He wants his legacy to be about winning. And because those peak years for a star player can be fleeting, you have to appreciate the pursuit of just that.
The first free throw is good.
Well, this is a decent free throw shooter, and where Powell could help himself is getting to the line a little bit more.
And he makes both free throws.
I think when you talk about the Dallas Mavericks, it's not hard to think about the ownership. Driven, intelligent, committed, and the team has embodied those traits.
Pass to Grant. That one a little long.
Yeah, and something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Yeah, that's not a good example right there. You could have worked it around to get a better opportunity.
The rebound by Grant. And even though the Mavericks had a couple of bad years in a row, this franchise remains rock solid.
Well, think about they've had consistency from the top down. It's a pioneering organization that's always looking at the next innovation. And remember, they have a very strong fan base.
Nowitzki outside. He feeds it to Doncic. Adams, some nice D.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Westbrook kicks to Grant. Doris, I'm looking at Jeremy Grant, a second-round pick back in 2014 out of Syracuse. The Grant family has produced a number of NBA players. What do you think caused him to slip to the second round?
Well, Jeremy Grant was definitely a young man drafted on potential. Here we have a great athlete whose game is still sort of rounding its way out. He has gotten on the floor in the NBA because of his defense, his ability to run in transition, and I think on the offensive end, there are a number of areas he can improve on. He can become a knockdown mid-range shooter. He can get 8 to 10 points in transition or offensive rebounds. There's a lot to like here, Kevin.
The free throw drops for Grant.
Well, I like how Jeremy Grant continues to work on his game. The jumper is coming along, and he remains an exceptional defensive player.
And Grant drops them both. The Thunder with a battering ram offensive style of play, Doris.
I like that description, Kevin, because Westbrook is attacking the rim with great ferocity. They have excellent rebounders. Should he miss an opportunity, they get a ton of free throws. This is a team that puts a lot of pressure on your interior defense.
And looking at Luka Doncic, incredibly mature for his age. Physically, the broad shoulders, weighing in about 230. Mentally, though, advanced understanding of how to play the game.
You know, Greg, it's amazing that Doncic, at his age, could already have such a complete offensive game.
I mean, a terrific skill set. In Europe, Doncic spent plenty of time as a primary ball handler. Obviously, can score in a number of ways, just a versatile threat.
No good on that one.
And what's so impressive about Doncic, the maturity. Yes, he's polished, but he's got a completeness to his game at such a young age.
That one misses. The Oklahoma City Thunder with one of the more rabid fan bases, Doris, in the NBA.
Well, 7 straight seasons of sellouts. There's something about the love affair you find in these small market one-sport towns. This is an organization that has the complete and full support of their community.
On the wing, George. The pass to Ferguson. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Westbrook kicks to Ferguson. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Westbrook. Over Brunson. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Mavericks trailed by 8. To the right side. Knocked away. Over in the corner, Doncic. Connects from three-point range. Doncic has got 8 points.
Well, you can see he's feeling it right now. Shots dropping from all over the place this quarter.
And here's Westbrook from the arc. The shot is good. And so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4. Doncic with it. 8 points for him. And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. In the past, it has been suggested, Doris, that up-tempo teams couldn't maintain that style and then go on to win the playoffs. Is that an outdated theory and thought process?
Well, I think it has always contingent on the team, Kevin. You think back to the Lakers Showtime era, when the reality is those were up-tempo Showtime type teams, right? They could sustain it. But I think the fact of the matter is the teams that sustain success are the ones that can play in virtually any style. Can they play up-tempo if you allow them? Certainly. But when the game slows, particularly in the playoffs and the postseason, can you execute in the half court? Because you've got to be able to play both ways, I think, to win in the modern NBA.
And a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for Adams.
Look, sometimes you go up, sometimes down, and the trend has been on the downward side in terms of his average points per game. And a variety of factors can be the culprit. And a lot of times you focus on the efficiency more than just pure point output.
Here's Lee. The shot missing. Excellent D there from George. Outside Westbrook. From downtown. Another miss by Westbrook. And so it's Burke who brings up the ball for the Mavericks. Trailing here by 8. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And Oklahoma City called for the foul. The Mavericks have split their free throws right down the middle so far. They're 2 for 2.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And he makes the first. And the Thunder with some changes. Patterson comes in for Jeremy Grant. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Terrence Ferguson. Justin Jackson, he's checked in for Dallas. Good on both. Oklahoma City leading by 6. Passes it to Patterson. Schroeder outside. Pass to Westbrook. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Burke with the ball. The 17-footer goes down.
Well, you love that Courtney Lee, a tremendous shooter, is willing to give it up when he sees a guy open. That's good stuff.
Outside, George. Right wing. For three, Westbrook. That one's not going to go. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. Now, here's Doncic. He's tightly guarded.
And it's not easy to get those stops at the rim, but he does a great job with it.
Yeah, he can make it look simple on the interior when it's really not. He knew exactly how to guard on the inside.
Mavericks trail by 4. Right side, Lee. Outside for Jackson. Kleba, the pass to Lee. Lets a floater go, and he lays it up and in.
Well, excellent at taking what the defense gives him. Courtney Lee, a difficult cover in pick-and-roll situations.
Back to Patterson, and it's Patterson finishing it off.
Ooh, just powered it down with both hands. You know he's not going to mess that one up.
Oh, no, not this fella. He is a superb finisher. Kleba, the pass to Doncic. Over George. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets.
And really lucky that they weren't blown out in that game, because I just thought the effort was lacking.
You know, it'd be hard to identify a phase of the game where they were crisp. Not the passing, not the shooting. Defensive rotations were off. You could critique them up and down.
Now, here's Burke. He's guarded by Schroeder. Now Burke, the shot, no good. Straight D that time from Dennis Schroeder. Feeds it to George. Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession.
And a moment now to look at the stats for Doncic. Since the All-Star break, he's been unstoppable, putting up about 22 points per, 9 rebounds, and 7 assists. He has been at his most dynamic, no question about it, a real handful.
Let's make no mistake, one of the elite talents in the NBA and operating at the highest level right now.
And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. And the Thunder with some changes. Nerlens Noel checks in for Adams. And Burton subbed in for Paul George. Jackson kicks to Doncic. Drains it from beyond the arc. Doncic has got 13 points.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Now here's Patterson. Pass to Burton. In the corner, it's Westbrook. And the pass to Burton. 6 to shoot. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
Burke, the pass to Kleba. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. The Thunder leading by 3. Here's Burton. And it's Schroeder in the corner. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. And it's Burke with the ball for the Mavericks. Now, here's Doncic. D right on him. Missed inside. Thunder shooting 47% here so far.
When you think about Billy Donovan, to me, he's a guy who values trust and building relationships with players. This guy is not a dictator. He wants to help players grow and develop, and that helps you win.
And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Let's now go to the real stats, the real scores from the real NBA. See the league's top assist men. Russell Westbrook, number 1.
It's hard to argue with his status as the best passer in the NBA right now. He just distributes the ball so well.
First one falls for him. And for Coach Billy Donovan, the process of developing NBA players' doors has to be different than it was in college.
Oh, no doubt. At the pro level, many guys are making more money than you are. A lot of them have families. They've already grown into themselves. But to me, he still emphasizes the fact that great relationships with your players is important.
He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. The Thunder with the lead. Here's Burton. Shoots over Doncic, and that one's good. Burton.
Oh, check out the handles. Their nasty spin move had his man grabbing for air.
Now here's Burke. He's guarded by Schroeder. Outside Jackson. Fires from deep. That one falls, coming off Burke's feet.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Here's Schroeder. Burke covering. And finished off by Westbrook.
My goodness, is there anything better than watching Westbrook hammer at home? My goodness gracious, Russell.
And that last replay, courtesy of the Under Armour Hover Havoc, unleashing a little bit of chaos. Harris against Morris. Harris kicks to Doncic. The Thunder pull it in.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Burton, the pass to Morris. To the inside, Schroeder. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
Well, it looks like he's going to get the easy 2 points, but the defense recovers just in time to effect it.
Russell Westbrook has been leading the charge for Oklahoma City. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. Right back after this break. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014. He describes what inspired him to come back even stronger.
My inspiration really came from my mother. You know, her dealing with stroke, her dealing with really being down and out. You know, I saw her fight back. That was enough for me in my darkest days. I knew it was nothing to what my mom went through, and she came out perfectly fine, so.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And when you consider how the Thunder are doing, guys, what do you think?
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
Well, the commitment is evident, and they are simply phenomenal at their aggression on the defensive end right now.
We've got Russell Westbrook. Markieff Morris is out there with Nerlens Noel. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's Burton in at the 3 slot. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. That one drops. He ties it up. Doris, look in your crystal ball. 5 years from now, who do you think will be the 2-3 best players in the NBA?
Well, certainly some of the names. I won't say this is a definitive list, but as long as health holds, I'm going to give you 3 men who are going to be bad men in the NBA for a long time. Giannis Antetokounmpo, because the Greek freak is able at his size to handle it, take it off the window, and dominate action in transition. If he gets a consistent jump shot, forget about it. Ben Simmons, exactly the same thing. His passing ability is extraordinary. I think you'll see him get a low post game, and I think he'll get a jump shot, and he will be unguardable. And one of my absolute favorites is Mr. Joel Embiid. Give it to you inside, give it to you outside. Mr. Embiid can handle it. He can dominate with his defense. Those 3 men are going to be all-stars for a long, long time.
And the shot goes in.
Well, Kev, how about the privilege of watching Russell Westbrook when this man is really cooking on the offensive end? I'll tell you, few things in the NBA I'd rather watch.
Harris looking it over. Outside for Jackson. Dallas moving it around. Ball's knocked loose. And now a fast break for the Thunder. A pull-up. Burton, no good. The Mavericks trailing. Passes it to Harris. Pass to Doncic. Jackson kicks to Harris. Just 4 to shoot. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Boy, he's able to get to the hoop, Kev, because of that great solid screen.
Morris outside. Pass to Burton to the left side wing. Schroeder left side. And Greg, certainly the knock on Dennis Schroeder is play on the defensive end.
Nobody questions how effective he is on offense. I just think he has a tendency to take a few too many plays off and too many chances on defense. If he wants to be viewed as a top point guard in this league, he'll need to show some consistency on the defensive end.
First free throw is good. Grant, he's checked in for the Thunder. Terrence Ferguson comes in for Russell Westbrook. Dallas making a switch here. Schroeder hits them both. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Harris passes to Brunson. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. It's rebounded by Schroeder.
Well, I wouldn't say the D was exceptional, but it certainly was enough to bother him.
From 13, Powell pulls it in.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
The pass to Brunson. Great D that time from Dennis Schroeder. And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for Oklahoma City. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter.
Well, you love to see the physical advantages being put to use by Jeremy Grant, just so long on the interior.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Here's Powell. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Schroeder outside. Noel finds Schroeder. And he's good on the 3-ball. Schroeder's got 5.
Boy, Kevin, how about Noel seeing the floor in that instance? His eyes found his teammate, and he put it on time and on target.
Harris passes to Powell. Back to Harris. High, arcing shot. Here's Kleba. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
Looked like some confusion defensively that time. Left him wide open for a nice look on the jumper.
Ferguson kicks to Noel. Schroeder outside. A floater. He takes it up and lays it in. 7 points in the game.
You know, after not scoring a single point in the first quarter, they're still feeding him, and he's showing his appreciation.
Here's Brunson. Feeds to Powell. Passes to Kleba. Over Noel. Kleba, no good.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And here we go. They get a hand on it. And now the fast break. Schroeder with the ball. And the shot is good. Now it's a 7-point Thunder lead.
I'll tell you, sometimes it's easier to hit the target with a bounce pass. That's perfectly done.
Harris passes to Kleba. Here's Ferguson. No points in the game yet for him. Pass to Harris. Over to the wing. Here's Finney-Smith. And the 3-ball is good. Finney-Smith's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Morris outside. Pass to Grant. hits the jump hook. Grant's got 4 this quarter.
Those defenders just looked a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Here's Brunson. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Finney-Smith passes to Brunson. Can't cash in from close range.
Just can't find a shot. It's no wonder they're losing. I mean, he's been completely scoreless all night.
Grant outside. Rebounded by Devin Harris.
Well, yeah, I mean, you want to give your offense a chance, and that possession didn't do it.
Not at all, Greg. I mean, no reason for him to be taking these kinds of shots. He has only himself to blame.
Here's Brunson. Another 3 for Dallas.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooters.
Schroeder surveying the floor. And he gets it to go. Schroeder's got 11 points.
Boy, what has gotten into him? He's taken his game to an unreal level this quarter.
Back to Powell. The 3. Another 3 for Dallas.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone 7 of 13 from the field since the start of the second. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder.
And guys, you know, you never run out of things that you can improve upon.
I think, Greg, it's important to keep that hunger, right? You're always striving to get better and to change things up.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Adams, he's checked in for Noel. Patterson comes in for Markieff Morris. And Georgia subbed in for Jeremy Grant. And then for Dallas, Nowitzki comes in for Maxi Kleber. And it's Lee in for Harris. Here's Brunson. Nowitzki right side. Lee left side. And here is Powell. Over to the wing. Clock at 6. Fires the 3. No good from Lee. Oklahoma City has gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Ferguson, the pass to Schroeder. And that one is off.
Well, that's tough defense in the paint, harassing him every step of the way.
The pass to Brunson. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in.
He's trying to make something happen, but obviously been a tough quarter.
A really good rebound in traffic. That's what the big fella's there for.
Lee outside. Pass to Finney-Smith. Puts up a 3. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Nowitzki. Finney-Smith's got the lead up to 1 now for Dallas. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the second quarter. Just under 50% shooting. And Patterson kicks to Ferguson. To the paint. Looking for George. He gets it there. Here's Brunson. He's guarded by Schroeder. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And here's a look at stats for Adams. Over the last month, getting it done. 10th in field goal percentage, 13th in blocks, and don't forget top 20 in the league in rebounds per game. He's got a great nose for the ball.
And back to his phenomenal efficiency from 3, top 10 in the league. His consistent shooting creates so many openings in the defense. The free throw drops for Powell. For the Thunder, Burton's checked in for Terrence Ferguson. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. Good on both.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Thunder trailing by 3. Westbrook surveying the D. That's tipped. And now here's Lee. The fast break opportunity. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. And the Mavericks lead by 5. And Courtney Lee out of Western Kentucky, a consistent 3-and-D veteran.
And, you know, more of a journeyman's career, but I'll tell you what, he's a winner and competes, does those little things, and, boy, he makes some big shots.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
You know, it'll be interesting to see what coach draws up here.
Well, they need to stop this run, and a great timeout that hopefully gives his team some energy.
Well, what a boost this group has given their teams in the second half of the season with excellent rebounding from the small forward position. Second, Luka Doncic. In the third spot, Paul George.
You know, the work they do on the boards is such a big part of all these players' game. I mean, they play much bigger than the grand majority of small forwards in our league.
Yeah, this is a very physical group of players, and all with a great nose for the ball. They don't shy away from getting down low and pounding the boards with the big guys. In fact, they just thrive on it.
Patterson can't get it to go.
Yeah, really frustrating right now. They just can't seem to stem the tide here.
Nothing they're doing on the defensive end is working. They've got to figure something out, and fast.
Here's Doncic. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
And you can sense they're starting to take charge here.
Well, they seem to be taking control. There's no doubt about that. Quality shots on every possession with great execution.
Here's Burton. Hits the three-point bomb. Burton's got 5 now.
Well, the aggressiveness of Russell Westbrook setting up that bucket right there. This guy knows how to find the best shot possible.
Doncic kicks to Burke. To the inside. That's good from Doncic on the assist by Burke. Burke's got 3 assists now in this one. And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for Oklahoma City. Now here is George. He's tightly guarded. Count that one.
When near the bucket, Paul George knows what to do. This guy has such a nuanced understanding of the offense.
That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. Here's a look at the schedule now for Dallas. On Monday, they'll be facing Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers. And then on Wednesday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And that game against the Suns, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
But you love how Paul George gets his feet under him first on these catch and shoot. His pre-shot routine is so important.
Burke kicks to Nowitzki. Pass to Doncic. Over George. Over in the corner, Doncic. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. Doncic has got 6 in the quarter.
And it seemed like they couldn't get anything to fall in that opening quarter, but you can just feel the momentum starting to shift.
In the corner, George with it. We've got 22 seconds left here in the second. In the corner, it's Patterson. No good on the three. Dallas leading by 4. Pass to Burke. Nowitzki kicks to Lee. For 3. Another 3 for Dallas.
Yeah, just no reason Lee should be left to shoot open shots from there. He's a remarkable long-distance shooter.
And so it's Dallas heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Coach, what happened defensively that slowed them down in the first half?
Well, we're active. They're missing a few shots they normally make. You know, we just got to compete. We got to keep competing the way we are.
Thanks for your time, Rick. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings, friends and neighbors. One half down, another half to go. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Luka Doncic has been the story in this one. He had 20 points and 2 rebounds. Shaq, what's your take on Dallas?
I'll tell you what, Luka Doncic, this guy can create for himself and for people around him. He can get his own shot, any situation, but he also shows he's very unselfish.
And over to Kenny, your thoughts on the Thunder?
They just gave up way too many good looks from the three-point line. That means either you haven't followed the game plan correctly or you're not executing it correctly. Either way, it's wrong. So from the looks of the first half, they need to aggressively close out on shooters to close this gap and the score.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
An aerial view of downtown as we return you to Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, with the Great Plains stretching off in the distance. We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
And through the first 2 quarters, he was dynamite from beyond.
And I think, Greg, the key was the team was looking for him, right? They knew they had a hot hand, and they just kept going to him.
Mavericks leading by 7. Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. Powell is out there with Nowitzki. Then there's Doncic, and it's Brunson in at the point guard. Knocks it loose. Here's George, and George with the stuff.
Kevin, the vertical of Paul George. How good is that?
Unbelievable. Mavericks shooting 47%, pretty solid. Kicks it to Doncic. Out left to the wing. Nowitzki gets a wide open look. It doesn't go for him. So the Thunder will take it the other way. Here's Ferguson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Outside Westbrook. Baseline try. Mavericks with the rebound. And now it's Westbrook running. He can go.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
It's a beautiful jam.
Well, the length of Paul George creating opportunities for his team. He covers an awful lot of ground with that wingspan.
And a terrific bit of chaos there in the replay presented by the Under Armour Hover Havoc. Powell kicks to Nowitzki. Brunson the pass to Doncic. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Westbrook.
Now let's take a look at Paul George, some stats on him. His last 10 games have been exceptional. 8th in scoring, and he's in the top 20 in steals, bringing that focus and intensity at both ends.
And you noted it. His points per game average is unreal right now. He's literally propping up the team's offense, scoring whenever they need him to. He kicks it to Grant. Now the pass to Westbrook. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. George, no good. Mavericks leading by 3. Pass to Doncic. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Pass to Nowitzki. To the wing right side. The dish to Powell. 6 to shoot. Here's Brunson. He's covered by Westbrook. Brunson, no good. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They haven't given up any points here in the second half.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Well, an 0 for 3 start to the second half. They're going to have to start tightening things up on the offensive end.
Westbrook kicks to Grant. Back to Westbrook. In the corner, George with it. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Doncic has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Buries the long-range jumper. Brunson's got 6 points.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Adams outside. Ferguson, the pass to George. The Thunder with another miss.
Well, he continues to have trouble with his shot, well below 50% from the field in this period.
You know what, Greg? There may not be a more likable superstar in the NBA than Dirk Nowitzki. I mean, everyone loves Nowitzki.
And a large part of that is just Dirk plays the game with a smile on his face, it seems, at all times. His play style is one that is hard to root against, having so much skill in the body of a 7-footer. And it's one thing to be respected by everybody. It's another to be loved by everyone in that regard. And Dirk's, he's one of a kind.
Westbrook pulls it in. Westbrook's got 4 rebounds in this game. Outside, George. And it's Grant in the corner. Fires from deep. Drains the three-pointer. 9 points in the game so far.
Don't you love it when you've got a small forward who can pass the basketball just like Paul George did there? Makes it look easy.
Doncic passes to Brunson. Here's Doncic. Lets it go from deep. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. It's George on the wing. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. George has got it all tied up now for the Thunder.
And when Paul George has this kind of rhythm and pace to his game, you simply want the ball in his hands as much as possible.
Doncic passes to Finney-Smith. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. They get Russell Westbrook. The Mavericks have shot the ball pretty well from the line, going 8 of 11.
And taking a look at their free throw statistics on the season, right around 74%.
First free throw is good. And the Mavericks making a change here. Harris is checked in. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Westbrook with it. 14 points for him. Grant outside. Out to the right wing. Here's Ferguson, guarded by Harris. And it's out of bounds. The Thunder able to retain possession. Now let's take a look at how the shots have been divided up between 3-point shots and 2-point shots for Dallas. Here's Westbrook. Right now he averages nearly 23 points a game, a relentless offensive force. Shot clock at 2. It's hauled in by Harris. Dallas has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Down low. Here's Brunson. He's covered by Westbrook. Pass to Jackson. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Jackson's got 5.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Oklahoma City moving it around. George with the bucket.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Here's Brunson. He's covered by Westbrook. A floater. Brunson the pass to Kleba. In the corner, it's Harris. A second chance effort. That shot off the mark. Some solid defense from Grant. And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Bank shot, no good. The Mavericks leading. Harris outside. The pass to Kleba. And good coming on the assist from Devin Harris. Kleba's got his second bucket of the game to go. Oklahoma City has gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Ferguson kicks to Westbrook. They get it back. Adams. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, we all know Steven Adams is one of the most physical guys in the NBA. He is so solid at using his body to pick up fouls. Well, you think to Steven Adams, and coming out of New Zealand, playing about 1 year at the University of Pittsburgh, now in his 5th season as a starter for the Thunder. And what a pivotal guy he's become for this franchise.
2 shots.
That one is off. And Steven Adams drafted by OKC with the 12th pick in 2013. That draft pick, a centerpiece of the James Harden trade.
And that trade will go down as one of the great conversation pieces of all time, whether or not you should have moved James Harden. But the reality is, where Adams is concerned, they got a 2-way big man with incredible athleticism, unbelievable physical strength, and an evolving offensive game. So this is one piece of the trade that you have made great use of.
Now here's Burke. He's guarded by Schroeder, and that one's good. Burke.
And just solid play out of them that time.
Thunder trailing by 5. Westbrook kicks to Morris. Passes it to George. The shot comes out, so the Mavericks will take it the other way. Now Burke. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Good work there as it goes. Now it's a 7-point Maverick lead.
And really, this is the time to push it. Try to extend that lead.
You know, they can make things much easier on themselves in the 4th if they just have a few more possessions like that.
And out of rhythm offensively, but he continues to work at it.
Well, you can see he's sputtering a bit, but he's trying to get going. I do like that he's continuing to be aggressive.
Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Lee's got 9.
There's a steadiness to the game of Courtney Lee, and I love that he bodies up and stays in control.
Outside for George. The baseline J. And he overshot that one, missing.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Yeah, that's a surprising miss, Greg. I have a feeling if they get that shot again, they'll knock it down next time.
Pass to Morris. There's the 3. Here's Adams. Kicks it out to Schroeder. Pass to Westbrook. Just 5 on the clock. Knocks it loose. And stolen by Harris. And here we go. The Mavericks on a fast break. Harris has got the ball. And that one's good. Burke.
Yeah, a lot of coaches might let you hear it for taking the three-pointer on the break, but I like the decision there. The D had already collapsed inside.
Inside. Here's Adams. And just miss after miss right now.
And it's not easy to get those stops at the rim, but he does a great job with it.
Yeah, he can make it look simple on the interior when it's really not. He knew exactly how to guard on the inside.
Here's Harris. Lee finds Burke. George against Lee. Takes the three. Another three for Dallas.
Well, he's one of those guys who's kept their offense clicking. They're in front thanks in no small part to what this guy's done.
Timeout.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
Let's remember, Courtney Lee has been in the league a long time, actually played in an NBA Finals. This guy has been able to score and defend regardless of where he's been.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Noel's checked in for Adams. Patterson comes in for Morris. And Burton subbed in for Russell Westbrook. The Mavericks also with a sub. Powell, he's checked in for Devin Harris. And Maxi Kleber is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Doris, you're talking about Lee. It's a shooter's league. Why has he been dealt, you think, so many times?
You know, it's an interesting situation. He's never going to be a star, but that doesn't mean he isn't valuable. And teams are willing to trade for him as part of a bigger package. Give him credit. The guy's been a pro. He never complains.
Burke, the pass to Kleber. Now the feed to Lee. Kleber kicks to Burke. To the left wing. Kleber, no good.
They're fortunate to be in front given how shaky he's been from the floor tonight.
And that one's good. Burton. There's 1:54 left to play here in the third. Now here's Burke. Tight defense on him. Shoots over Schroeder. Here's Kleber. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. Here's what Oklahoma City's schedule is looking like. On Tuesday, the Los Angeles Lakers will come into town. And then on Friday, they'll be matching up with Andre Drummond and the Detroit Pistons.
And looking at that Timberwolves matchup, even though they should get the win, I would expect it to be a bit of a battle. Just because they are favored doesn't mean it's an automatic W.
Burton, no good. Now the Mavericks with it. They're on an 18-5 run. Finney-Smith kicks to Burke. Great D that time from Dennis Schroeder.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And there's the pass to Burke. Here's Finney-Smith. Patterson defending. Lee against Patterson. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
Now, this guy's a tremendous free throw shooter. You'd just like to see Lee get to the line a little bit more often.
For Dallas, they have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line. first free throw is good. A different look for Oklahoma City. Jeremy Grant comes in for Patrick Patterson. And it's Russell Westbrook in for Dennis Schroeder. Then for the Mavericks, Nowitzki comes in for Maxi Kleber. And Doncic is subbed in for Dorian Finney-Smith. That one is no good. Paul George is so versatile, Doris. He could play in any system, don't you think?
Oh, I completely concur, Kevin. This is a man who can create offense with the ball in his hands. In a secondary role, we know he can be a knockdown shooter, and we're talking about an elite NBA defender. So any team in the league could use a player like PG.
No good from Lee. Thunder trailing by 14. On the wing, George. 19 points in the game. And it's good off the back rim and in. George has got 9 points now in just the second half. Now here's Burke. He's covered by Westbrook. A floater. No good. Shot missing. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. The Mavericks on top. They finish off the third quarter with an energy burst, a 19-7 run. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, this is exactly what you're looking for from your point guard. Survey the floor, serve it up on time and on target.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. So for Oklahoma City right now, inside pairing is Grant and Adams. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's Burton in at the 2. Now here's Burke. He's covered by Westbrook. Burke kicks to Powell. To the inside. From the low block. And he gets the bucket. Nowitzki's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for Dallas.
There's no slowing Dirk down at this point. When he gets positioned down low, it's over.
And with that, the Maverick lead is cut down now to just 12 on the basket from Westbrook.
Boy, defender taken out of the play with a rock-solid screen. No way he's going to get through that.
Passes it to Powell. Inside. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. You think of all the great moments in Dirk's career, what he's done on and off the floor. What a treasure of a player.
Well, Kevin, there's no doubt this is the greatest European player ever, and he flat opened the door and helped make the NBA a truly global game. Think about some of the young stars, Porzingis, Markkanen, who grew up modeling their games after Dirk.
And that one falls for Nowitzki.
I don't know how you couldn't admire the love and passion Nowitzki has for the game. This guy's a terrific teammate who just continues to get it done.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Ferguson's checked in. He's perfect from the line this time.
Boy, he's got a great stroke from the line. That's not something we can say about all the league's big guys.
We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Here's Grant, and it's sent back by Nowitzki.
Just great anticipation from Dirk, playing his cards right on the defensive end, comes through with the rejection.
Pass to Burke. Six to shoot. Thunder with the rebound.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
And it's Grant in the corner. Let's go. Burke grabs the miss.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Kicks it to Doncic. With the floater, George with the defensive effort.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Well, that's just stellar interior defense. You can't ask for anything more than that. Boy, he's carried his share of the load tonight, Ken, but he might need to carry even more if they're going to turn this thing around.
Doncic dishes to Nowitzki. Pass to Doncic. Back to Nowitzki. Stays with it and hits the off-balance shot. Nowitzki's got 6 in the quarter.
A beautiful touch from Dirk Nowitzki. So confident in that mid-range.
And so Westbrook will bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. It's a 13-point game. Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
Well, you wonder if with this timeout they're going to shake things up defensively, because everything they've thrown at him to this point has not worked. He's on a roll.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Billy Donovan talking to his team. He told them flat out, we are turning the ball over too much, guys. We can't keep making the hero ball play. Slow it down, run the offense, and make the safe pass. Back to you, Kevin.
Here's Brunson. To the middle. Nowitzki in the post. He's covered by Grant. Nowitzki kicks to Doncic. There's the double team with Grant. The pass to Burke. The rebound by Grant. Grant's got 5 rebounds tonight.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Well, he works to find the open space behind the arc, and it pays off with the 3. Nice.
Now here's Burke. Not a lot of room. He kicks to Doncic. To the paint. And Nowitzki gets it to go down on the assist by Doncic. That's now 8 points for Nowitzki. Thunder trailing by 10. Bounce pass from Westbrook. Fires the 3. Offensive rebound. Adams up and in on the layup. Adams has got 4 points this quarter.
We are talking about a big-time offensive rebounder, and Steven Adams unafraid to impose his will with that frame.
Doncic kicks to Nowitzki. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Westbrook's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And with that, the Maverick lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from Ferguson.
Well, Russell Westbrook, great unselfishness right there, dropping dimes and continuing to work.
Passes it to Brunson. To the inside. And the dunk by Doncic.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Outside, George. Back to Westbrook. The tray. That's in, and the Dallas lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Ferguson.
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Powell, the pass to Doncic. Kicks it out to Nowitzki. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Pass to Ferguson, and stolen by Burke. Nowitzki outside from the arc. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. George has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Pass to Ferguson. And here is Grant. Clock at 6. In the corner, it's Westbrook. Here's Adams, and Adams with the slam.
Yeah, this is why Adams is such a high percentage shooter. If he gets close to the rim, he's going to finish with authority.
Kicks it to Doncic. There's the double team with Grant. Now, here's Doncic. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Maxi Kleber comes in for Dwight Powell. And Dorian Finney-Smith subbed in for Trey Burke. Dallas has gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Dallas again missing. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. Ferguson kicks to George. Grant outside. Left side Westbrook. 6 on the shot clock. And again it's Oklahoma City.
Well, in the screen and roll situation, Russell Westbrook may be the most difficult guard in the league. So smart, so tough.
He gets it in there.
That's what this team needs right now. Solid scoring chances.
Exactly. This isn't the time to settle for jumpers. If they have a chance to attack the rim, they've got to do it.
Ferguson kicks to Grant to take the lead. It's rebounded by Doncic. Doncic has got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Finney-Smith. Drains the 3-pointer. Finney-Smith's got 5 points now this quarter.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult one.
To the wing on the left. Here's Ferguson. Over Doncic. Ferguson misses. Mavericks leading by 5. Down low. Doncic, no good. Outside Westbrook. The 3. The Mavericks pull it in.
Boy, the way he's been going, he is not going to be the guy to turn this around.
Here's Brunson. He's covered by Westbrook. Now the pass to Finney-Smith. Off target from 3-point range. Oklahoma City has gotten 8 shots off from 3-point land and hit half of them. George looking over the floor. The kick out to Westbrook. Shoots from the baseline, and he hits the jump shot. Westbrook's got 20.
The seasoned veteran, the big shot maker, Russell Westbrook.
Doncic passes to Brunson. Drains it from beyond the arc. And the Mavericks lead by 6.
No defender within 5 feet of him, just inviting him to shoot the 3. That's a dangerous proposition.
Doncic with the steal, and here's the fast break. Pull up Jay, count the basket.
And great steal and look ahead there. Compared to most guys his age, Doncic sees the game at another level.
Here's Westbrook. Ferguson's shot is good. Ferguson's got 11 in the second half.
Boy, you have got to love the dime, the pass on time and on target.
Pass to Doncic. We've got 1:55 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession.
Well, just loses his head for a moment. That's not overthinking. That's just not thinking.
1:53 left in the fourth quarter. Out to the wing. Tipped away. Here's Brunson. He's covered by Westbrook. Brunson the pass to Finney-Smith. Nowitzki left side. Lets it go from 11, and Dallas again with the bucket.
That's about as high percentage as it gets from Dirk. What would the young kids say? That jumper is wet.
Thunder trailing by 8. And here's Westbrook. It's rebounded by Doncic. Doncic has got his 6th rebound on the night. Pass to Kleba to the inside. Brunson. Westbrook with the nice D there. Oklahoma City's gotten 8 shots off from three-point land and hit half of it. And it's blocked. There's 48 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Nowitzki outside. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Nowitzki.
Well, he just gets ahead of himself and throws it away, right? You've got to have better focus than that.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're down by 8. 43 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Luka Doncic.
And I love that it's been a hard-charging performance. Jump shots have been kind of an afterthought. His main goal has been to attack the rim and put the D in some tough spots and also finishing strong.
It's just too bad they're on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. It would have been nice for him to have a chance to perform like this in the postseason. .43 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And Maxi Kleba is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. .41 seconds left in the fourth. Ferguson kicks to Westbrook. Over Brunson. And all around the rim that time before dropping in.
This guy is clutch. He's money. The game's in the balance. Russell Westbrook says it's my turn.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. And so they foul intentionally. Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game. Here's Westbrook. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're trailing by 8. 27 seconds left in the game. And so it's Oklahoma City with it. It's rebounded by Brunson. So we see the Mavericks get the win here. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, G, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And we'll see you next time.